Thunder Junction is a hub plane for many other planes. Weirdly so, because most hub planes already had a lot of mana coursing through them. It seems like Thunder Junction mostly attracts criminals and greedy lords. So let's talk about them today and estimate how much gold pieces is put on their bounties. Note that characters like Rakdos, who haven't done anything criminal, are not mentioned here because we don't know what their bounty would have been. Rakdos even defeated Akul, so I think our gold demon is seen as a holy being on Thunder Junction. We also don't mention anything the characters have done on other worlds. Thunder Junction is a place where you can restart your life. Now, let's begin with the known criminals. Oko is the leader of the crew that has stolen from the Sterling Company multiple times. As you'll learn in a bit, this is not done easily and getting away with it is even harder. The leader of the company has put out a bounty of over 50,000 golden pieces on Oko's head, as he's been in the office of the Sterling leader. Oko has also killed at least one Sterling guard on a train and has a dangerous following mixed with criminals, healers and a very strong demon. Gisa has been resurrecting zombies on a train. With the high amounts of dead people on Thunder Junction, she is a real danger to any order in this world. Her zombies have killed off a squadron of Sterling guards, but that's not even all. The most dangerous aspects of her zombies is that they keep resurrecting more other zombie criminals from their graves, making an unstoppable tsunami that is bound to take over the junction. This has put the bounty of Gisa herself down to only 10,000 golden pieces because her danger has already come to fruition. Tinybones is a skeleton from Dominaria. His superpower is to disassemble himself into separate bones and, for example, to turn into armor or to shoot his skeleton at people. He can even make lockpicks out of his bones. He's now mainly sought for tiny theft, not because the loot was little, but because he is. Because of the cuteness of Tinybones, his actions against Hellspurs and mostly his friendship with Rakdos, the bounty on his head is nullified. Not in the least because his head alone would be useless and it's impossible to keep the little imp in one place. Satoru has started his own little gang on Thunder Junction after working with Oko. But during their time together, Satoru has escaped from prison and helped steal the Hellvault's key from the Sterling Company. He wasn't seen doing any of those things, but he is known to have killed a Sterling guard. He was presumed dead after, so the bounty had been lifted at that moment. As the leader of his new crew, he already has a bounty of 6,000 golden pieces, but no one knows what Satoru is like yet. Breeches was part of Reska's crew rather than Oko's, but still helped the team with their explosives. Aside from that, Breeches has blown up multiple towns, garnering him a bounty of 5,000 golden pieces. His most well-known explosion is the one he made for the train that was later saved by Callan. But destruction of industrial property gave him an additional bounty of 2,500 Caledesian dollars for some reason. Akul doesn't have a bounty on him anymore. Rakdos already collected that one, but it was a big one. Akul is the leader of the Hellspurs, the most chaotically evil organization on Thunder Junction. His venom lasts a lifetime and he's paralyzed many people. Together with his crew, he tried to open the vault and in seeking the keys, he'd killed many towns and teams. Akul's bounty would get as high as 100,000 golden pieces, because he doesn't make it a secret that whoever opposes him will be found just in a lot of Tetris pieces for some sheriff to put together. But after losing to Rakdos, Callan trapped Akul within the vault, which then shot up into the sky. Akul has gotten out of his previous prison because of the omen paths. But now his prison is really small, so let's hope no one still tries to claim that bounty. Of all the Hellspurs, I think Jasper Flint is best poised to claim leadership. He makes mercenaries out of anything or anyone, and he's even claimed the armies of the desert as his own. We don't know too much about this lizard cowboy, but we do see his power of being able to find anyone and turn them to his side. The people behind him are mirages. These are spirits of the desert that come to claim you when you're at your weakest, and the Hellspurs will make sure to toughen you up again when you join their crew. For his leadership over many shades and his cruel activities like binding people to trains, Jasper for now has a bounty on his head for around 2500 golden pieces, but this is soon to rise if he really takes over leadership of the Hellspurs. While many now think otherwise, Gonti is the true winner of the stories of Thunder Junction. When the Omen Paths got to Girapur on Kaladesh, Gonti wormed his way into being the spokesperson on Thunder Junction. Here he would become the main contact for anyone wanting Kaladesh inventions. He's here to steal gold away, but also priceless artifacts, enchantments and great human capital. The goal for Kaladesh is to bring their culture and technology to new planes, promoting their sense of artistry and the need for things like trains. Note how most trains on Thunder Junction are made in the likeness of Gonti's art style. The train at least looks something like something from Kaladesh. Of course, it seems like Gonti isn't a criminal in this way, but many other powers on Thunder Junction know that Gonti is stealing away resources and they want to get rid of the leech. They've put a bounty of 12,000 gold pieces on his head, but the bounty on whoever puts a bounty on Gonti's head is always higher for some reason. Bertram is the leader of the Sterling Company. He is also Gonti's greatest customer. The technological advancements from Kaladesh fuel his great expansion over Thunder Junction. Bertram is also a vampire, so he's bound to at least have eaten from multiple people. But to see this corrupt leader's true crimes, we have to look a little bit further. First of all, Baron Graywater employs many outlaws for himself, like this sheriff who works on resurrecting criminals to work for the Baron. The Sterling Company really doesn't care about its people. Even though they have the most territory out of all the factions on Thunder Junction, they're also the most hated leaders. Because next to outlaws, the company also employs assassins who know the true laws that belong to the Sterling Company, which is that you should never stand in the way of profit, and the people who fall under prosperity or other Sterling-led towns suffer from its profit. That's why defeating or capturing Bertram will net you a nice 15,000 gold pieces. But while the company takes over more and more lands, the people of Thunder Junction strive to stand up. So whenever a Sterling guard gets thrown off, they cheer, fueling the power other factions like the Slickshots or the Free Striders have on Thunder Junction. If you'd like to know more about the other factions of Thunder Junction, let me know. For now I have one of Bertram's men to talk about. Kambal is a mayor from Kaladesh. What his exact connections to Gonti are right now is unclear, so we don't really know his bounty. But I assume he helps both the Kaladeshi people and the Sterling Company as long as he can make as much money as possible. Because that was what he did on Kaladesh when he kidnapped inventors to work for Tezzeret and Dickobolus. This man could be a really dangerous criminal in the future. Lilah has a massive bounty of 10,000 gold pieces on her head. She's the leader of the Slickshots. She's been recruiting daring outlaws who are looking for fame and success. She's made a magic enhancing elixir enabling her and her whip to take out whole gangs at once. The elixir is rumored to be one made from Halo from New Capenna or Cosmos elixir from Kaldheim. In any case, no one has been successful in dueling Lilah due to her godly magical prowess. The elixir was stolen by a rat from Kamigawa, so Lilah's run might run out. Lilah's gang, the Slickshots, are known to cause a considerable amount of damage. That's why the Sterling Company would love to get rid of them. Their citizens also give a lot of money for Slickshot's shows. Sterling officers have tried to question the Slickshots, but they're always met with a duel to see who's the best shot. So no Slickshot ever gets captured, adding to the mystery around Lilah's prowess. Stella Lee is a Slickshot and part of a nomadic people who are all about thrill-seeking and exploration. She rides a lizard and is still not fulfilled after bounding over a river at breakneck speeds. She duels people daily whenever someone underestimates her for being a small woman. The amount of bar brawls she starts has put her bounty on 2,000 gold pieces alone, but she's also been selling fake miracle cures, putting her at a bounty of 55,000 pieces when she sold one to a rich lord. Note how most Slickshots have bounties on their heads and 55,000 pieces is just a compliment among other Slickshots. For where most outlaws prefer no witnesses, Slickshots prefer as many as possible. And last but not least, Olivia. She is a gang leader of outlaws whose only purpose is to make money. She came from Innistrad, where she apparently had trouble with her wedding. She came to Thunder Junction with the goal of having fun and found people who were looking to do the same. Of course, Olivia's vision on having fun is to let your hunger drive your actions, and many people come to Thunder Junction to make a lot of money. All the greedy people love Olivia because she doesn't judge them and she actually encourages a little chaos. There's a bounty of 6,000 gold pieces on her head, because perhaps all the outlaws will tone down after their queen is held up. The bounty isn't higher because by capturing Olivia you will also find all the stolen treasure to be yours to keep.